In this rather unassuming 18th century binding is, in fact, an early 15th century French book of hours. It is known as the Hamilton Field Book of Hours, but it is named after a much later owner who probably purchased it in France at the turn of the 20th century. A book of hours is a Christian prayer book that contains at its core a set of psalms, hymns, and prayers known as the Hours of the Virgin Mary. These are divided into 8 sections to be said at regular intervals throughout the day, usually every 3 hours. Now, one of its most unique features is found at the very beginning in the book, and the beginning includes a series of calendar pages, and introducing each month is a painting that illustrates the seasonal activity associated with this month. So for September, we have the grape harvest, and actually quite uniquely for this book, there is a second scene associated with the wine production, and in October, the painting shows us the treading of grapes and then the selling of wine. So it really suggests the original patron probably had vineyards in order to, feel the need to produce 2 paintings associated with this agricultural activity. What makes this book kind of really special, these really lovely, realistically rendered floral borders that appear only around the paintings. So if you look at this particular opening, you can see the way that the borders are done around the text pages, much more stylized, really more typical of early 15th century French border illumination. Whereas the illumination we have around the paintings is really unique for this time. The flowers look like they've been drawn from a sort of an herbal, like a study of nature. And you can really tell exactly what the flowers are. So here we have sweet peas that are beautifully colored with real variation in the way that they're shaded and highlighted. So sort of unsurprisingly, surrounding the scene of the grape harvest, we have grapes and these large grape leaves. Some of the grapes are even rendered in sort of a white color, so either a different kind of grape or just grapes not yet ripe. And then in the calendar page next to it, you can see that some of the names are written in red, and these are the sort of more important feast days. And I just want to point out one, Saint Fiacre, who obviously was an Irish saint, but particularly popular in France, and I think quite fitting for inclusion with these lovely floral borders because he's the patron saint of gardeners and herbalists.